Salt Lake City, ABC4, Utah Senator Mitt Romney is condemning the actions of Hamas, showing unwavering support for the people of Israel, and making key points as to why he believes the U.S. should be weary of isolationism. During a recent trip to Israel, Romney said he is heartbroken at the heinous acts of Iran-backed Hamas. But the Utah senator goes on to say that there are two things, specifically, that he'd like to talk about. The first point Romney makes is in regard to Palestinian civilians. The senator asserts that while Israel is in a position of war, the deaths of Palestinians are due to the actions of Hamas. You're going to see pictures, as you could imagine, and probably already have, of Palestinian civilians that are going to be injured, killed by virtue of the conflict which is ongoing. I hope we recognize that those individuals are being killed because of Hamas, not because of Israel, Romney stated. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than he goes on to say that Hamas is using the Palestinian population as human shields in the conflict, sacrificing the lives of the innocent to protect their own lives. In many respects, most directly, Hamas is holding their own population, the Palestinian population, as human shields, Romney stated. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than. Moreover, Romney said that Hamas will use the deaths of these civilians as a type of propaganda, portraying a false narrative of callous violence from the Israeli side. They're using Palestinians to protect their own lives, Hamas lives, and therefore when Israel takes action to try and go after Hamas and take out its leadership, there will be individuals who are civilians and innocent that will be killed, and they will parade that as if this is some horror being perpetrated by Israel, Romney said. Do not forget, the lives that you are going to see lost on TV over the coming long period of time, potentially, Israeli lives and Palestinian lives are all the result of Hamas. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than. Romney's second point, which he notes is directed toward Americans, relates to isolationism, or the belief that one's country should stay out of foreign affairs. There is a growing sentiment in my country of isolationism. Romney goes on, I would note in regard to those that have isolationist tendencies that there's a war being waged against free countries, against democracies, against freedom. And it's being waged by Hamas, and Russia, and China, Iran. There are nations that want to overthrow democracies, generally, and subvert the cause of freedom. Romney continued to say, backing away and saying, hey, we're not going to worry about it, is not going to end their effort. That war would only continue and spread further, and ultimately involve more and more of humanity. So we're involved in the world because it's in America's interest, it's in Israel's interest, it's in all of our allies' interests, it's in the world's interest. At the end of his remarks, Romney noted that this is a period of great sadness, and that meeting with the families of hostages is something he will never forget. Lastly, the senator said that he prays that those hostages are returned to their loved ones.